And with that, we are here. We are here alone. I do not need that to be speaking. Stop. There we go. Hello, 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 folks. After an absent weekend, which I took off, what the heck? I'm here. Poor boy, Stephen Reimer, Mitchell, Non-Fam, NH3D. Hello, people, gentlemen. I wanted to come on tonight because I missed the entire weekend because we did some birthday celebrating early for Maria. And I just needed to take a bit of a break. So I did. And I came back now with, oh, good. You can't see the fluffs on my shirt on the camera. So I am just going to, I've been printing a whole bunch of parts, beautiful looking parts, on the Bambu, for the Bambu, because we are going to be making a enclosure for the P1P, the arc enclosure. So these are printed on the Bambu. They are really good looking prints. Now, mind you, this is Prusament Galaxy Black PLA. Galaxy Black filament is, and those little marks are just because of the way the pieces were tabbed together. Galaxy Black is a great filament for hiding any imperfections in the print, although these are really good prints. But you can't see any Z-banding on these. And there's tiny bit, but you can hardly see it. But the Galaxy Black hides imperfections in prints amazing, which is why I chose this to use to print the enclosure pieces for the P1P. No PLA, why? Well, okay, I've heard that if I'm going to run ABS or high temperature material on this, don't print this in PLA because of the ambient temperature in the chamber. If I run into issues, you know what? I'll reprint these in ABS or PETG. Now, probably ABS. I'm not a PETG person much anymore since I've learned to fall in love with ABS. So yeah, it's quite possible. So we'll see. I don't know that the corner pieces are going to be affected too much by the temperature of the chamber. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. It takes 230 degrees, 210 to 200, 200 to 220, 190 to 200. Okay, let's call it 180 degrees to melt PLA. What temperatures does it take to warp PLA? I don't know if my ambient temperature in that chamber will get that hot. I don't know. We'll see. ASA will also work too. Yes, absolutely. ASA, ABS. I have a bunch of ASA, ABS in the glitter colors, sparkle colors, glitter coming from Polymaker. So we may look at that, but we're going to reprint all our pieces for the Trident on that too. On another news front, I finally got my spacers in. My AliExpress order, which said was going to arrive June 8th, arrived last week. So I have a variety, and I only needed one size spacer. But when you're ordering from AliExpress and you're spending $3 in shipping to come from China, you tend to want to order a whole bunch. So I got a whopping $20 worth of different spacers, M3 and M5 spacers for future projects. So $20 plus $3 shipping for all those spacers. Not a bad deal, which means I can get going on the rat rig build again very soon. So yes. So anyways, what I'm doing tonight, and this is still on, isn't it? Yeah, that's still warm, is there are a ton of inserts, heat inserts that go into this build for the Bambu. Now, the parts all printed. A lot of these parts printed in a way where you had two parts joined together with a little tabs inside, hence these little marks that happened. And it was really well, and then you had a brim on them as well on some of these pieces. I separated all that because really that's the boring part. So AliExpress shipping time is a shot in the dark while riding a bike. Exactly. Mitchell, that's a good point. Actually, I just spoke with my buddy tonight. I just had I just spoke with my buddy tonight from 3D Lab Tech, Andy, and because I was picking up some heat insets for this job from him, and we had a chat about AliExpress shipping. These, as I say, they said June 9th. They showed up last week. He had a good point with what happens with AliExpress. It's all in the timing when you think about it. They did not. This ended up coming via Canada Post out of Ontario. So, and this was all that was in the package, was this. A very light envelope, very light. AliExpress did not package this up, stick my name on it, and stick postage on it and send it to me. No, it's not the way they do it. AliExpress takes various packages, and depending on whether they're coming by sea or by air, my guess is these came by air, but they have a certain size package that they allow for an air shipment. Whatever they can fit in that package gets packaged in that package. They charge me $3 for shipping. They may have 100, 200 small little items like this in that package coming over to USA, Canada. They ship that package by air. It comes to a logistics company in our country. It gets repackaged, relabeled, and mailed out to me via Canada Post. That's why it came so quick. But yes, it could very well have been the fact that when I ordered these, it was like, oh, we got one more order and we can squeeze this in this package that's just about ready to go. They squeeze it in the package, stick it on an airplane 3-4 days later, boom, it gets here, goes to the logistics company in Ontario and Mississauga where these came from. They label it with my name, send it in Canada Post regular mail. 3, 4, 5, 6 days later, I get it. So, because these came pretty quick, I have to admit. But that makes perfect sense as to the way that AliExpress shipping works. Is they either ship it over in a container or they air ship it over in a big box that has a flat rate shipping for them, and they just shove as many packages as they can in it. So, hey, Mika Steve. Andy is great at H3D. He is definitely great. I'm fortunate to live in the same city and can go to his house and pick up stuff that I need. So it's awesome. So I'm going to throw some heat insets. I've got a document open over here. Oh no, actually I closed that document because I had to use my Adobe Acrobat at the office today, and I'm only allowed to have two Adobes open at once, and so I had to log out from here. So if I'm not mistaken, I downloaded the document. Where did I put that document with the instructions? Because there's really good instructions on there. It is the ARC manual, version 1.1. And it's going to just give me a sec. It's going to make me log into my Adobe account. I will do, and then I have to log myself out at my office, which is good. It used to be in the old days with Adobe. I think it was with Adobe or one of these subscriptions that you had to log out before you left the office when you came home, or you'd come home and try and log on and it would go, sorry, you're already exceeded your maximum amount of activations. Now it just lets you log out and activate it on the computer here. Okay, you need to go over there, and I need to drag this window over here so I can see the chat. Why are you not letting me drag you over there? Oh, there we are. That's why. Okay. And I need to view Zoom, and I want a whole page. There we are. Now I can bring the chat back up and see who's in chat and who's saying what to what. Did you see the Voron 24? I saw Nero's video today. Yeah. I thought, like probably most people, oh, it's a new Voron. It's not. It's an old Voron from 2019, did they say? 17 or 19? That was repurposed. It was sold. It was built for a specific purpose. That purpose was served, and then it came back to the person that built it, and that person that built it updated it, did some modifications, did some typical Voron stuff to it, and it sits as it is now. I don't think it's going to be an actual release. I don't know. It might be. It might not be. Pretty cool. 2017, yeah. But pretty big printer. I mean, my goodness, 600 millimeter printer with 4 300 millimeter beds under it. Like I'm looking at the 300 millimeter bed on this thing going, holy crap, that's a beast. I think the rat rig is big. I can imagine what that thing looks like. So this is the This is the manual for putting the arc together. So where I'm at now, I've got all the pieces printed. I'm at the stage now where I've done the pieces, I've done my colors, and I've taken them all apart, etc., etc. And I'm at the point now where we're going to put inserts into all these areas you see here. That's the left side panel. That's the back panels. No, that's the front panels. Or is that the back? That's the front panels. Oh, that's the inside of the panels. Side of the panels, and we have the little cover parts. And then there's a right side panel and all the other little accessory parts. So there's a lot of heat insets to do. I thought, misery loves company, so why don't I just go live, talk about this enclosure, put some heat sets in, and see if you guys can witness me burning myself. David Wilson, hello. There's a printer coming of some sort, end of this year, early 2024. Oh, that's pretty cool. Option 350Z. Awesome. The Voron 24 is the original Voron. If you watch the Voron story that Nero did with a Max a while back. Oh, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes, I'm just going to go ahead and put some heat insets in now. I'm going to dump a bunch out here, and these heat insets are 2 millimeters deep by 5 millimeters wide, and they're M3s, and it takes a lot of them. I'm building 2 of these enclosures. I have one for the home printer and one for the office printer. And if I have to, hey, David Vieira, hello. And if I have to reprint some parts in ABS, I will, but we'll take our chances. These parts turned out really good, so I think I've pretty much memorized where all these heat insets go. You can pretty much tell the style hole where the heat insets go. So we got some on the inside, and on this piece we have 1, 2 going on here, 2 going on the side here, and 1, 2 coming inside here. It's pretty cool. So let's get burning. I mean, let's get heat insetting. We're nice and hot on here. I did practice a couple here, and I find the best way for me to do these is to take the heat inset. Here, let me get a closer look up. Let me give you a closer look just so you can witness the burning of the fingers if that should happen. And then you can see all the fluff on my shirt now from my jacket. So we take it, we stick it on the tip of the iron. We let go before it gets too hot. And then I know I have the heat inset press. And the reason let me put this first one in and then I'll tell you. So this one here, I'm just going by side view and boom. And then that's just going in nice and easy like that. And the reason I'm not using my heat inset press is because a lot of these parts, there's not a stable surface to put it on with the way these parts go. And then in here, we got to put one in at an angle here. We got to put one here. There's not really a lot of stability in order to hold this and put it in. So when I was practicing with some, with another piece here I had, which I inadvertently printed in the wrong color. That's, oops, another one of the pieces that printed in the wrong color, but still a nice looking print. I found it was easier. It was much easier just to go ahead and take my heat inset, put it on the tip of the iron, hold this at such an angle that I can watch that heat inset go in and get it nice and level with the surface of the print. And it works just fine that way. So, and it's quick. It's quick. I don't have to readjust the heat inset press that I have. And then like this one here is at a really funky angle. So I got to make sure that goes in nice and straight at that proper angle, like so. And yeah, and so this is the way we're going to do it. The only thing you got to be careful with when putting these guys in is, there we go, that when you're holding it, you don't kind of hold your hand over one that you just put on because it can get pretty warm. And there was one more on here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 2 more on here for the side here where the door hinge or the door handle is going to go. There's quite a few to put on here. And these particular heat insets, there is a top and bottom, I believe. Maybe it doesn't make a difference, but I've determined to myself that, yeah, it's going to make a difference. So, and these holes are designed and printed just deep enough to take these heat insets. So that's why it was specific to be 2 millimeter deep insets. There we go. And so that's the one on the sides there. Doop, like so. Okay, poor boy channel. See you later. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. One down. Let's go ahead on this one. So I'll just watch chat, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves, ask me questions, talk about things, see how it's going. Our Calgary Maker Faire is 3 short weeks away. Oh my goodness, it's coming super fast. So there's a lot to do between now and then. Well, not a ton to do, but there's a few logistical things to get set between now and then. Richard and I are sharing a space. So we're going to have a large space in there combined, and we still have a few things to work out and discuss. We're working on some sponsorships, et cetera, et cetera. So going to be an exciting time. Here we go. Oh, a little bit shallow. There we go. So these heat insets are a little different. The heat insets you get with the Voron kits. Now these are 3 millimeters, which is why I'm not using them. I don't know if that's going to be easy to see, but those have that little lip on the end sort of thing there. The ones I'm using have kind of like that. I just dropped. You can kind of see they don't really have the lip. Whoops. Okay, if I drop too many more, I'm going to run short of them, but they don't really have the lip on them. They're kind of double-edged, but there's still a specific side, I believe, that has to go in first. You can kind of see the difference. But yeah, but they work. And as long as they go in nice and straight, and I hit the hole right on, they seem to work just fine. There we go. Okay. So yeah, pop in, say hi. I don't expect everybody to stick around to watch this whole thing, because really installing heat insets, yeah, it's boring. But you know what? As I said, misery loves company. So while I do this boring part, and depending on how many I get, I'm only streaming till 8 o'clock. It's deadline 8 o'clock tonight. And maybe if I get all these heat insets done in record time, I can start assembling this a little bit with some magnets and stuff. I watched the video on the assembly video today, read the assembly instructions. There we go. Oh, one more here. You'll end up with so many extras. Yeah, I think I will. I've got 200 insets, I think, something like that. Not that I ordered, but I got 200 insets. There's that piece. Let's grab this piece. No burns yet. So it's just a matter of when I actually take the little inset, put it on the tip of the iron. I can't let my hands dwell on that, because they heat up very fast. Here's this hole. Okay. And again, trying to get them as straight as humanly possible. And at this angle, I can actually watch it sink in, and then I just try and get it sinking in parallel to the surface of the print. There's going to be a little tiny bit of play when the screws go in, but not much. So you don't want to have to bend a screw or pull a heat inset to get the screw straight, because you don't want to weaken that heat inset. There we go. I self-sourced, David. I self-sourced, and I actually got the SVG files today. I noticed he had the SVG files downloadable for the acrylic panels, and I'm going to I'm just going to buy a full sheet of 3 millimeter acrylic, and I'm going to have my one of my partner companies that I deal with cut the acrylic for me. So it should only cost me. Oh, see just what I did there. My finger hit this one on this side, and it's still hot. A 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of 3 millimeter acrylic costs me $89 Canadian. So I don't know what that is US, but $89 Canadian for a full 4x8 sheet, which I don't need that much for this. Well, actually, I'm building 2 of them, so it may just work out. And then I know the company I'm working with will probably charge me. Now, do I put I just got to check if I put heat insets in these two holes. I don't believe I do. They'll probably charge me like $50 to cut out all the parts from that big sheet. And I should be able to get both sets of acrylic panels out of a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet. So it's relatively inexpensive for me. It's going to cost me about, I don't know, 80, depending on how many I get out of the thing. So I just got to check something here. Hey, DBR, how are you, sir? This piece here is, this is the corner piece. I just have to check and see. Oh, that's this piece right there. I do the corner. I don't do those two inside the hole there. No, or these two. I'm just double checking to make sure on this one piece. Yeah, no, I don't do those holes. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell if I'm putting it in one of these holes or not. So I believe I've got them all on this piece. Yep. Okay, we will grab this one. So yeah, self-source this whole particular thing. So I've got I haven't ordered magnets, but I think I have quite a variety of different sizes of magnets in my kits. So I'm pretty sure I have the right size magnets I need for this. I did order all these screws, the proper size screws, the button heads from Amazon. So we have all the proper size screws. They're all very well greased because that bag is full of grease. Full of grease. So we can hear my doggo barking for some reason. Okay. And there's Mummy warning him, don't bark. He's been put in his box for some reason. Sometimes when we eat, he begs for food too much, so we have to put him in his box, keep him in his place. You got your kit for $79 on the pre-order and have no way to cut. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good deal, David, for $79. It's a really good deal. Now, I know they're selling them on Amazon for 98 or 99. Let's call it 100 even. 100 US. So we're looking at 130, 140 Canadian. And by the time all said and done for me, I'm probably going to be paying $80 a kit, or $80 for the cutting and the acrylic. I got to be careful because these are still hot when I touch. I'm touching hot pieces. If you see me jump, it's I haven't burned myself, but I've just come across a hot insert that my hand hit like that. Whew. They take a good few seconds, a good half a minute to cool off. Okay. And two more on the outside here. Hey, Nuno Vincent. Hello, how are you? Okay, and part of the door or part of the front. There we go. Yeah, one side of these seems to have a little bit of a taper. And I think that taper is the side that's up because when you're putting your screw in, the taper kind of self-centers your screw into the insert. So that's why I'm kind of making sure that the taper is the side that's sticking out. And that one can go in a little further. There we go. These holes are just deep enough to take these inserts. So you can't really, well, if you hold the iron there long enough, you can stick it in as far as you want, but that will kind of not be smart. Okay. Hey, HVAC, how are you, Sergio? Only 5 so far. Let's smash that button. Yeah, smash the button. 18 people on here just watching me potentially burn myself. Come on, it's worth a like. Definitely worth a like. And if it helps, if you need me to burn myself in order to get a like, I'm not beyond that. If I get a new subscriber, hey, I'll burn myself twice. Oh, ow, that's hot. That is hot. It's like a little electric shock when when your hand hits a hot one. Hey, Mac 12345. Is that the right side? That is the right side. There we go. And oh, we got a couple inside ones on this one. So we got one on here. There we go. Need to pour out some more. Got a few to go yet. And this is the one that's at that odd angle right here. Should be good. And I think that piece is done. That piece is done. Let's see. Try and tackle these so I have less chance of catching my hand on one of them. Yeah, there we go. I think there's just the two on this one. Yeah, just the two on that one. That's that. And here, oh, I put these together with that snap piece. I'll show you that in a minute. But this is one piece already put together. But I need to put some heat insets in it. So I think this is the last part of the big frames. So so obviously with all this, all these heat insets, there's going to be a lot of screws put into this thing. So very well built, which is pretty cool. Oh, don't miss. Don't miss. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They are sneaky, yes. You hit a hot one, Chuck, it's like you've got an electric shock. There we go. It's amazing. When I first did heat insets, I was so nervous about screwing them up, and super, super careful. Not that I'm not careful now, but it just seems like it's not so bad now. Okay, one here. Whoops. Helps if I hit the hole. Well, that didn't do any damage. And two more here. And one more in the corner here. And I think there's none on the inside of this one. I think, let me make sure that I got them all on this one, and I did get them all on this one. That's it for that piece. Now we have a few of these little pieces here. A few of these guys here, and then our accessory colors. So this is pretty cool. So we have the little ARC logo on one of this is going on one of the sides on the top. I believe there's 4 in here and 1 in the back. Let me just make sure I don't put them where they shouldn't go. There. Yep, 4 in the arc. Yep. It's pretty obvious where these pieces go because otherwise they're just holes there for nothing. Oh, that one's weird. That looked like it was countersunk too, but too deep. You thought I do have, okay, so I do have a heat inset tool. And as I mentioned before, the reason I could use it now, but the reason I'm not using it is because a lot of these pieces are at, like they're at an angle where I don't have anything solid to hold them to, and when I use the heat inset tool, I for these particular parts where there's no flat surface to lay them on, I get better and straighter by, here I say straighter and I found a crooked one. I get better and straighter by putting them in by hand, just for these particular pieces. Now I could use it for this particular one here, and I could make a little thing here to make this one easy and more stable, but I just find for these pieces here, I just find it easier to, oh, I didn't want that one. I find it easier to just do these by hand. It's pretty quick, pretty simple. And I can get them in there very level just by eyeballing it like that. And they're all going in very level. So, hey, Richard, you didn't know I was live? I didn't know I was live till a few minutes ago as well. And I'm only going till 8 o'clock. And all I'm doing is putting heat insets in. It's nothing exciting. But my reason for going live and doing this is that misery loves company. And putting heat insets in, sitting here with myself is kind of boring. I bore myself. So I thought, let's just go on and have a conversation while we put some heat insets in. So there's the 4 in that. We got to put 1 in the back of this. And yeah, that's why I'm not using the press right now, because for these, because the curved ones there didn't have any real good surface to stand on, to sit them on. Okay, we have 2 on this one. And I kind of know where they all go because I did read the instructions in advance. And I watched a video. There we go. So there's 2 on that one. 2 on this one. This was an unplanned live event. Check every night to see if I'm hurting myself, do you, Dave? And to make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Everything I'm doing in my next bunch of streams, you've done, Dave. So I don't know if we're at the beginning of the stream, Dave, when I showed, I got my, look, I got aluminum spacers. I got spacers galore for the rat rig build. So the ETA was June the 9th or something, and they came in. Just imagine my surprise when I got a bunch of spacers in early. I think we're getting down to the home stretch on heat insets here, and we are, what, 7:20, and I'm going to go till 8. So, hey, might be able to get some more done. We'll get some of these pieces put together, possibly. Play with some magnets. I haven't really burned myself. I've shocked myself with the heat of the other insets that are in there, but I haven't really burned myself yet. So I'll try. No promises, though. Oh, there's one that goes in the back of this. Oh, what are you doing? Get out of there, window. Mail. Okay, there we go. Good. Spacers. Yes, I got lots of spacers. That's $20 worth of spacers ordered from AliExpress with $3 shipping. Oh, that hot. That was hot. That one in the back. So, and the other nice thing about this, the guy that designed these, is you look in there, and that's basically built-in support for that little archway there. Oh, I didn't clean off the rest of that raft, or the brim. Sorry, didn't clean the rest of the brim off. But these built-in spacers just pop right out cleanly, just like that, and like that. Boom, gives us a perfectly clean hole. This is for the back. This is where the PTFE tube thing is going to be going in. Hey, Torsten Fievet. Sorry if I butcher that. Welcome from Germany. Hello, sir. Welcome, welcome. Anybody that's here that's new, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel if you like what you're seeing, if you find me to be a decent, nice, kind, honest person. Hang on, where's my halo? So, one of the greatest tools you'll ever have in your collection if you do a lot of 3D print finishing is a nice deburring tool. Just from where that brim came off, just deburr that edge, get rid of all that excess brim material. And that edge there. And Bob's your uncle. That's it. There we go. There we are. Okay, so we need to put in a few heat insets in this one. Coming down to the home stretch. No major burns yet. Major Frank burns. Ah, get it. See what I did there? Sorry. Okay, here. Let's push this in. That's what she said. A little further. Okay. You burned yourself on your Trident the other day. Don't work on your printers when the bed is 110. No, I've done that. Nuno, I've done that. Trust me, I know what it's like. Also, don't do electrical work on your printer while the power is still on. I was chatting with my buddy Andy from 3D Lab Tech today when I picked up these inserts. I was chatting with him for a while this afternoon, and he was telling me about working on his probe wiring or something for his one of his Tridents, and wire slipped out of his hand and it looped. That's hot. Looped up a bit and burned out his main board because the wire just fell off and hit the back of the main board and psst, gone. So yeah, just anytime you're working on wiring on your printer, turn off your main. There we go. That one's done. I think that's it. That was just, again, one of those hot insets that you happen to grab the piece and the inset was hot. So, anyone thought about using some insulation at the bottom of their 4.2? I guess you could. I don't see why you couldn't, Chuck. Don't see why you couldn't. Okay, these pieces are all heat insetted. Did I get that one? Let's see. That one didn't look. That was this piece. No, that wasn't this piece. That was. What piece is it there? And they're showing two inside there. Oh no, I didn't get these two inside here. That's why it's always good to look at the drawings, look at the instructions. I missed these two. Okay, and one more here. A little further. Okay, those two. Is that all I missed? Let's just make sure. Okay, on this one here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 out there, and we got 2 on the inside. That one we did get. Pretty sure we have all those pieces there. Let's just make sure on this one that we got the side pieces. Yeah, we're good. Okay, now we can move on to our hinges and so forth. So, Galaxy Black is my main color, and this is the worst that has happened to Nuno with your 3D was cutting a piece off from your right middle finger on it. Oh, ouch. Okay, here's a bunch of other parts. We're doing these, and these are the this is green PLA from Bambu Lab, green PLA. So, yeah. Now these are cool. again, the person that designed these, a lot of these pieces have built-in supports. So for instance, these little corner pieces here that printed with this side down, he's got built-in supports here like this, right? And these things simply, you take any little tool, don't go there, and they just pop out so that you have beautiful, clean holes. I mean, they are well done on the design on this. So you can pop these out, just try and find them so you don't step on them. And so those are in there. Same thing on here. We got a couple little in here. We just pop it out. Just that easy, that easy. And over here, we'll pop that one out. There we go. Another one on here. 3D Joe, hello. I'm probably saying hello to same people over and over, but when you get to be my age, you forget who you've said hello to already. So we'll just pop all these supports out. Not that I need to put heat insets in these ones, but just doing this while we're here. There's another set here. So I like these. I like the way these are designed. Make life a whole lot easier, and you get some nice clean holes. Except I'm going to find these little green bits all over my desk and floor eventually. Guaranteed. Okay, I think that's it. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, so we got all those holes popped out, and so we need to put heat insets in our hinge parts. So there's two parts to the hinge. There's this, which is a magnetic Class B holdy thing. There's another magnetic Class B holdy thing here. And then we have the back of the hinge. So we're going to be putting some in this and in this. And let's see which part, smaller holes. So this is basically the two parts of the hinge right here. And so the heat insets go in the larger holes of the hinge. We've ordered some pins for putting in the hinge. So we got one goes in there. Whoa, two go in there, and we got, that's the small one again. We have two that go in there. And I believe that's it for heat insets for these parts. I believe that is it, is just on these parts here. So let's go ahead and get to some heat insetting again. Clean holes are nice, aren't they? You sent the designer a coffee. He has some other designs on printables. Cool, I have to look them up. You know what, this is, you can tell somebody that takes pride in their design work when they do little things like this. Just the way the models were all laid out on the different plates in Bambu Studio. Everything was super easy about this print. And so far about this build, everything has been real super easy. So just the little differences, you know, that it makes, just like by having these pop out pieces, and you know, that way we know we've got really clean holes to screw into. Let's reverse that out. Demonetized. No, I don't even monetize these short little videos. Not yet. Maybe one day. Oops, wrong way. See, that gets really hot really fast. Which is the right way here? This is the right way. This one's hard to tell. I think that's the right way. Again, I'm not using my press because these pieces, I don't have a solid base to hold them on, and I'm confident that these are going in relatively straight. Okay, not relatively, perfectly straight. Except when I do that and miss the hole. There we go. Okay. Look at the concentration and focus on Tim. Looks like he's focusing and he doesn't want to burn himself. Well, he doesn't want to burn himself, even though that's quite the hot iron that's in his hand. Good night, Sergio. Makes nothing from the design, yeah. That's awful nice of you, Dave. Oh, that one was hot. That was a little hot. There we go. Okay, as soon as these are together, I can throw a few hinges together. I can throw a few of the parts together. Get some preliminary stuff done. I haven't got my acrylic sheets yet. I should have them by the end of the week. I've just waiting to hear back from my colleagues that cut the material for me and what they're going to charge me. They generally give me a decent deal when I tell them it's a personal job and not something that I'm reselling. I think that's it. I think we can turn our iron off and unplug our iron. If not, we can heat it up pretty quick. Okay, I think that's all of it. Oh, NH3D, a toonie, Tim get Tim's. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, NH3D, Canada. Tim to get a Tim's. Thank you so much. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh, that other piece here. So there's another piece here that confused me a bit when I looked, but it's the piece right here. I'm not doing. That's a filament holder or a spool holder, a filament rack or a spool holder, which I'm not doing. So, yeah. PTFE cable chain bracket. I don't think I needed both because I think I'm just doing one of these. We'll see. Anyways, so now we're going to throw some hinge parts together. But first of all, I can go ahead and with quite confidence, I can show you how these guys snap together, because this is a point where we have to snap all these pieces together anyways. So these, let's find a matching set. This one, and I believe this one. Yeah, these are a matching set right here. So, hey, Stephen Lebed, how are you? So, yeah, these little pieces here that are little springy. Well, they're not really springy, but they're little springy. These go in these top gaps right here. So they've got some alignment pins, as well as these things that just go in here. And these are a snug fit. Very snug fit. Just like that. Okay, so that goes in there like that. And then it comes onto its mastering piece, and it just kind of nicely snaps into place to hold your two pieces together. And depending on your filament, you can barely see a seam there. So, you know, from a distance, you can see the seam, but what the heck. And that's how those guys snap together like that. So we got that piece, that piece. Obviously, that's not the right one there. Obviously, that's not the right one there. You can't really screw these up because they can only really go together one way. You'll be in Calgary, will you, Stephen? Huh. You have to let me know. Just drop me a message. We can get together for a coffee or something. That was satisfying. Yes. So let's do another one. So put another spacer in here. Put it in. This is very tight. Oh, that's very tight. So I'm going to use some assistance. Let's just see if I can. Don't want to break it. Okay. Actually, if I were to just use something thick like this, nope. How about, well, let's just muscle it. Let's just, actually, if I go like this, there we go. Got it in there. And then we go, same thing here. We partner to partner. And there we go. You're going to hear the click, and it is in like flint. There's that third one. One more to go. Really cool design. Okay, and there we go. There's that one. And one more here. Just like that. It's a satisfying click. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so we have those. Now we can talk hinges. Where did I put those pins? There they are. So I only needed 2 pins. And they're 3mm pins by 30mm. And you think you can buy just 2 pins on Amazon? No. You get a pack of 100 3x30mm pins. So yeah, enough pins to last a while, but you can never have too many pins. So there's the bag. Oh, let's just dump the bag. I got to dump these into my my toolkit one of these days. So let's open that up. Whoa, don't lose it. I'm just gonna dump them all in there. So there we go, our 3x30mm. Now this should, if I take one hinge piece and I take the second hinge piece, now there's a right and a left hinge. And I believe I have these opening from the left-hand side. I do, so that my door is going to open from my right to my left. And depending on the piece you printed. So if you look at this piece, there's the top hole where the pin goes in, and then on the bottom, there's nowhere for the pin to fall out. Hey, Zixelter. So this pin should satisfyingly just slide in just like that. And then it can't fall out the bottom. And look at that, nice and turny. Now the reasoning behind this system again is because if you want to take your door rate off for servicing, and this is genius, everybody's got magnets hanging around. So if you want to take your door off, all you do is grab a magnet. Oh, these pins are stainless steel, aren't they? Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Oh no, they're not. Oh, maybe some of them are not. Hang on. Oh, some of them are. Hang on. Why is that some of them, oh, very little, yet some of them pick up really well? What is going on with that? Oh, why is that? Anyways, that's funny. But really, yeah, you should be able to grab a magnet and pull this pin right out. But obviously, these pins are not 100% steel. Okay, so I won't be taking my doors apart very easily, will I? It could just be tight. Now, the other thing you can do, little trick that I not that I know, but that I can do, is I can take. I have some very, very, very precision drills. Like I have down to a 0.8mm drill bit here, or even I could even take even a 2mm drill bit. I have a 2 here somewhere. Oh, there's the other one where I have a 2mm drill. I could actually, if need be, just drill a little hole in the bottom of this. That way I could just put a piece of filament, boom, and I could pop the hinge out, the pin out if necessary. So, but yeah, that should just kind of fall out. Maybe what I need to do is just take a drill and do a clearance hole in these hinges before I do this. So we'll see. Let's just see this other one. Let's grab a 3mm drill, and let's just see. Oh yeah, we got good clearance there on the 3mm. That's clear. And then this one, oh, that's perfectly clear too. And I don't want to go 3.5. If I had a 3.2, I would, but yeah, I don't want to drill it out at 3.5. So let's try another pin here. Let's just see how easily this pin goes in. It's pretty, that's snug at the other end. Maybe I could just take the 3mm. Yeah, are these stainless? I don't know if they're just dowel pins. I didn't think they'd be stainless, because stainless you'd think would cost a little bit more. But let's just see if I just give this a little clearance here. Yeah, that's really doesn't need much. But again, who knows, right, where these pins, but yeah, there we go. So that, I mean, that pin goes in and out really, really easy. So let's just see this one. If it goes in, it goes in, and then no, it doesn't come out. Oh, it doesn't come out real easy. Let's see if maybe if it's open, if I let's try a different magnet. Hang on a sec. I have some really, really strong flat magnets here. I got for these are great magnets. They come with two-sided adhesive, and they're really great strong magnets. I mount some of these on the edge of my workbench over here, and I can hang my tools off the edge of my workbench with these magnets. These are extremely strong, like, I mean strong. I pinched my finger between a couple of them, and believe me, it hurt. Whoa, see, I can't even grab that off the box, but let's just see. Oh yeah, it's just that these pins are obviously not highly magnetic. Otherwise, that would be popping out real easy right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably it's the pins that are probably stainless or even aluminum. Maybe they're aluminum. And they're just not, oh, they're not fully aluminum, because if I stick this in the bag, I can pick up some pins. So anyways, not a big deal. If I choose, if I so desire, maybe what I'll do is I'll drill a little hole in the bottom so I can just poke something up and push the pin out if I do want to ever take the door right off. But I like it. I'm just, get out of there, pin. Anyways, no big deal. So yeah, these are awesome. Here, we'll just stick it right there for now. These are awesome. It could have nickel coating. True. Don't think I'll need to take the door off very often. No, I won't. And that's just the option they have. Now, where the magnets go on this is pretty cool. If you notice the two holes in the middle, the blank holes, those are for pressure fitted magnets. And that's so that when you open your door, doop, your door doesn't swing back and forth. It holds open with a magnet. Now, I didn't buy magnets specifically like they said, in hopes that I have magnets that will fit. So, where are we? 7:44. I got another 15 minutes. Let's find the magnets that I have, and let's just see. I have some of these. I have a ton of magnets. These might be too small. These are, ooh, that might be the right size. That might just be the right size. Let's just see if I can push this in here. Oh, I can. That is the right size. Talk about fluke. I happened to order a bunch of these a few weeks back, just thinking, man, they were on sale and it's a good magnet and it fits. Now you want to make sure that you get your polarity right. Who's glued magnets in before to something and mixed up the polarity and that doesn't go together and they're glued in and you're screwed. So you put it on there and we'll push that together and we'll finish pressure fitting that. So there we go. So there's the magnets in place, so that when you close your door or open your door, it kind of, you get the magnetic pressure to keep your door held open, so your hinge doesn't flop, flop, flop. And then you open your door and your hinge can flop, flop, flop. So it's pretty cool. Cool little design. Okay, we'll put it in this one. Reprint time. Exactly, Dave. Yeah. Hand pink waving hand. And NH3D's done that. I think any maker has done that. Every maker has probably done that at least once. Okay, we'll put that magnet on and we'll pressure fit this one in there. Push that in. There we go. So you see we have a swing, 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 and then plop, magnet holds it open. Pretty ingenious. I like that. I really like that. There's our two hinges. Okay, let's see what else we're going to do. We got the pins in. Now, open from left side, open from right side. So I want to make sure that I'm opening, so the pins are this way. So this is opening from the right side. So we're opening from this side of here, right here. We're opening from this side of the printer right here. Okay. So now, install the brass inserts, 6x magnets, blah. Okay, 6x3 magnets optional. So the magnets were optional, but hey, we got them, so let's use them. Now we're going to install, okay, so let's get these pieces coordinated here. So this is a front piece because it's got the hinge receptors. This is another front piece. So this front piece is front left. This front piece is front right. And how do I know that? Because, there we go, because this sits, if I move my ATEM back a little bit, this sits right in here just like that. And this little lip here sits on top here, and it fits just perfectly like that. So this is where my door is going to close. This is where my hinges are going to go on this side. So this is my closure side. So this, let's just see, that's where these guys come in. Now these, oh, so I didn't need to put heat insets in this one side. I probably shouldn't have put heat insets in this one side. I think I messed that up. Because where those heat insets is where these little tabs are supposed to go that you see on these here. So I kind of messed up here, but I think I can get around that. I can probably is it hard to pull a heat inset out? Well, first of all, let's focus on this side over here, which is where the hinges are going to go. See, I should have read the instructions a little better. Anyway, so the hinges are going to go like so. Okay, and then that's going to go on there like that. And so there we go. So let's just get the hinges put on. So let's get a few of these these are M3 by, I believe they're 4 or 6 millimeter button head screws. Yeah, I'll heat them up and take them out. Oh, pull them out with a screw. That's a good idea. Yeah. And you know, David had commented on something on one of my shorts, and he said, make sure you read the instructions twice. Oh God, I can't stand these bags that don't open easy. He said, make sure you read the instructions twice and watch the video twice. I watched, and I remember watching the part of the video that said, if you're opening left, don't put heat insets in here. If you're opening right, don't put heat insets in there. What did I do? I put heat insets in both sides. But it just shows I'm only human. So we can go ahead and screw this hinge in on this side. And they do recommend putting the acrylic or the plexiglass, whatever you want to call it. I'm getting 3 mil acrylic on as a last-ish resort, because you don't want to scratch it up, and we don't need to put it on at this moment in time anyways, especially the door. The door can go on last. So there's the one hinge. Here, let me get this. There we go. So there's the one hinge on there. So that's pretty cool. There we go. I think I'm back. Am I back? I'm back. Let's just see if I'm back. I think I'm back. Hang on. Live. Okay, I guess I'm back. Whew, good. I dropped the piece on my keyboard, and obviously I hit whatever key I hit to exit the StreamYard Studio. So I note to self, don't drop parts on your keyboard. So we'll just Put this bottom hinge in. Oh man, this was a test, only a test. It was the internet telling me it's time to go to bed. Well, I got 9 minutes left. I'm finishing at 8 o'clock. So, and there's this one. I like this color combination so far. It was just kind of a random combination because I kind of chose it. But yeah, the green and the black. I think that's going to look really good. So there we go. There's the bottom hinge on, top hinge on. I love the magnet idea so that the door just kind of stays open. Okay, so there's that one. Now on this side, let's get these heat insets out. I'll have you guys witness me do this. And so yeah, the M3 screw is a great idea for doing that. Let's heat this up. Let's just grab I have an M336 here. It's only 251. Only 251, Vincent. There you go. Or Nuno, sorry. So if I have that screw there, yeah, I can get that in there. Pull it out. So let's go ahead. So this it's going to be interesting to use a screw. Well, this microphone, I feel like that commercial with the guy that says, "Oh, you look off." Anyways, let's see if I can't. Actually, I should be able to just heat this up. Yeah, it's getting hot. Okay. Let's see if I can get these pulled out. We've got to let this heat up a bit more. You work till 1 a.m. Oh, okay. So you're just getting home winding down. So if I get that nice and hot without putting pressure on it, if I'm quick enough, no, you got to be quicker than that. If I just get it nice and hot, hang on, let's do this. Ready? Oh gosh. I know what you guys are thinking. Like that. Then I go like this. Now I go, oh, there we go. That worked. Hey, it worked. Oh, it's hot. Okay, so let's do the next one. Get it nice and hot. Get ready with the screw. Ready? And, oh, iron hits the finger. Oh, not quite. Okay, hang on. Nice and hot. Don't let the iron hit the finger. Oh, it works. It works. Okay, next two. Ready? Nice and hot. Don't let the iron hit the finger. And screw in and, oh, got it. And one more. Ready? I don't recommend this. Do not do this at home. Do not try this at home. And nice and hot. And screw it in and, oh, there you go. There we go. Good. Turn the iron off. Unplug it. Whew. Hey, whatever it takes. Don't bite through the... Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I did that? Oh, man, that's better. Now, there we go. That's what that's supposed to do. That's just supposed to sit there nicely. Yeah, so maybe it's a little loose now, but anyways, that would be funny, David. You definitely don't do it this way, but if it works. Okay, so we'll plug a magnet in here, and then we'll do the same thing on this one. Then we come onto the side here, and we are going to plug a magnet in here. Like so, and pressure fit. Oh man, that's really tight. And pressure fit. And there we go. So that when the door closes, it closes with a nice, oops, helps if I go the right way. So the door closes nicely. So what I'm going to try and do is get this next one in the same direction in case I mix it up top and bottom when I go to put it together. So that one's going to go in this way on this one like that. Okay. And we'll add the second magnet here. And we'll take the second magnet and we will pressure fit it into that hole. Oh, they're nice and tight. And come on. And there we go. So then the bottom one, so they should be interchangeable. Boom. They are. Good, 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 good. And then this other part is going to obviously screw on to the other side of the door so that when you open the door, you grab your door, poof, poof, and then when you close your door, like that. So there we go. So we have the one side for the hinge and the one side for the handle. And with that, we are at 7:57 p.m., folks. Auto. There we are. Good, done. Hasn't this been fun? Watching me remove, hey, Andrew Humphrey. OHS frowns upon that method. Do they really, Tessa? Nah. And hey, these are reusable. Look at that. They came out clean. I can save and reuse those heat insets. Look at that. Perfect. That's a great, yeah, I agree. I think it works out well, although safety is not at the top of my Canada list. Well, what's wrong with that? I was like, yeah, as long as I don't bite through the wire, I'm fine. But it worked, because otherwise I would have had to go put it down. Oh, it's safe. By the time I get the screw up here, it's already cooled off. So come on, there's no better way to do that. The other way to do it, somebody needs to invent a heat inset tool, a heat inset removal tool. Now there probably is a thing, a threaded tip on this, so you could actually thread it into the heat inset, let it heat and pull it out. Would that not be a beautiful thing to invent, as a threaded tip heat inset remover? What do you think, guys? Should I invent that? See, so you have to remove this. You just screw it in. It gets warm. You pull it out. Yes. I'm going to patent that idea, so don't anybody dare try and steal it. LDO is threaded. Scroll back a few minutes. Oh, did you already say that? The LDO one is threaded, but yes, it is threaded. I have them here. The LDO one is threaded, but it's too long. So in other words, in this case, so yeah, switch cameras. So it is threaded. So maybe what I need to do is take one of these, because I have 3 or 4 of these now. Actually, I have 4 of these. There, focus. So you can see where it's threaded, but you can also see the tip that's not threaded. So that wouldn't reach. I can't get in far enough to get the threads to go. But if I could actually grind or take off that tip of this and still maintain the threading and just have that as just a tip like that with a thread, then I could actually use that for that. That might not be a bad idea to try, because I have 4 of these. So, hey, you usually heat them up a bit more so you don't have to do it as fast. But then the more you heat it, the more you're going to melt your plastic too. So open source it. Open source it. Yeah, of course. Anyways, there's an idea. Maybe I'll do that with one of them, because I've got 1, 2. I gave one to Richard, which is fine. I've got 3 left, because I got 2 brand new ones. And I have the one that's on here right here is the LDO one that's threaded. Is that cooled off enough yet? Yeah, it is. That's the threaded one there. So what's the worst that can happen if I cut it off? I wreck one. So then I have 2 left, plus others. So there we go. It's 8 o'clock, guys. I said I was going to finish at 8, and I got to finish at 8. Wrong camera. There we go. Anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out. Brass should be easy to cut. Yes, a Dremel to cut it off. I have a Dremel, so perfect. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everybody watching, and I will be back another night to finish this off and try and burn myself a little bit more. So until I see you guys again, This is my goodbye. You guys have a great night. We'll catch you guys all next time. Bye for now.